Hi guys, welcome back. Have you ever seen a kid's drawing that looks all innocent at first? Like a happy family, a cute dog, or a nice little flower next to a house. But then, when you look closer, you realize something's off. Maybe there's an extra person no one recognizes. Or the mom has too many eyes. That's pretty creepy, isn't it? Well, someone found drawings like that. At first, they were like, oh, that's so cute. But then they saw the darkness inside. And now they can't sleep anymore. I'm too scared to watch this alone. So watch until the very end with me, okay? Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell right now. Trust me, I'll protect you. We're going to start with 3 kids' drawings with disturbing backstories.
3 kids' drawings with disturbing backstories. This was drawn by a girl whose father was very angry at her for always waking up in the middle of the night, saying there's a monster in her room. Then she drew this with the words, "Why can't daddy see her?" And if we zoom in, we'll see a creature with long black hair, long claws, and glowing red eyes. We don't know if this was an intruder or something even more sinister. This was done by a girl who was asked to draw her imaginary friend. On the left side, she drew herself, which looks pretty normal, but on the right side, we see her imaginary friend doesn't just have 2 arms. It has 10 arms and its head is detached from its body, and its face looks like some kind of dark portal. One day, a babysitter named Valerie found this terrifying drawing. It was done by a kid who clearly didn't like Valerie very much, because it says, "Dear Valerie, get out of my life," showing an axe, Valerie's head on the ground, and the body still standing.
When I was little, I always closed my closet tightly because I was scared. But the problem was, I got even more scared because I worried the closet door would open by itself. That's so spooky, right? Have you ever thought like I did? Or am I just a scaredy cat? I'm terrified of ugly creatures. But why can kids be friends with them? They are this ugly.
Three kids' drawings with disturbing backstories. This first one is called The Two-Headed Monster by an anonymous kid when asked to draw their imaginary friend. And just picture what this imaginary friend would actually look like, because its first head seems to have bulging eyes and an unnaturally large smile. Then there's a second head growing out of its foot, with huge teeth and round ears. It also has 3 arms on its body and another 2 arms growing out of the foot. But this next one might be even more terrifying. Sarah gave this drawing to her older sister who was leaving for the summer. And in this drawing, she draws herself crying over a gravestone holding a shovel. And the words on top of the page says, "Dear Sarah, I now have much. You love me, but I love you even more. You are dead." This last drawing though is what really got me. A mother says this drawing was done by her daughter who's 4. And her daughter says this is the monster that always follows her around, but her mother can never see it. So in the drawing we see herself drawn at the bottom of the page, and a giant monster that seems like a distorted floating head, with beady eyes and black teeth. Follow for more.
Can you explain why kids always see strange things that adults can't? I'm so curious. Drawings can sometimes accidentally reveal interesting secrets. Like this one.
Mommy, I drew some pictures. Can I show you?
Wow, you made some drawings? I'd love to see it.
This one is you and Daddy. And then on top of there is the evil monster that hangs from the ceiling and watches you sleep. This one is me and my best friend.
Best friend, have I met her?
You haven't met her. Only I can see her. She doesn't like you very much. She says she wants to get rid of you.
Is that all your drawings?
I have one more picture to show you. This one is Mommy, Daddy, and Daddy's secret wife.
She's just like your other drawings. No one else can see her but you, right?
No, Daddy can see her too. You can't though, because whenever you come home, she hides.
Oh my god, I burst out laughing on the floor. So, she's having 2 problems. One is the ghost, and the other is being cheated on, having horns. Congrats to her. She's so lucky to be this unlucky.
Disturbing kids' drawings with terrifying backstories. A mother with 2 children, a 6-year-old boy and an 8-year-old girl, sent in this picture about what her son was seeing at night. Every night from the hours 12 to 5 a.m., the son would come in the parents' room crying because he said that he saw somebody standing in front of his bed. The boy claimed that it would come out of the closet and just stand in front of his bed and watch him for hours. The first few times this happened, the parent would come in the room and check, make sure everything's okay, just to make him feel better. But this went on too long, and eventually the parent said, "You can just come sleep with us." In the middle of the night, the mom begins to hear a door opening in the hallway. She looks beside her and sees that her son is laying right next to her, so she knows it's not him. She gets up and begins walking down the hallway to the boy's room when she begins to hear whispering coming from inside. She slowly creaks the door open and sees her son talking to the closet. She stands there shocked because she just saw him in the same bed with her 5 seconds ago. The mom looks at the boy and says, "Who are you talking to?" The boy turns and smiles and says, "Mommy, he said it was his turn to sleep with."
See guys, this story is so scary. I don't know whether to laugh or panic. I think a lot of us are scared of the closet, right? Because who knows, maybe there's someone hiding in there at night. Maybe he's going to come and get you. I'm just kidding. Obviously, there's no one in your closet. Let's see what the next drawing is.
These terrifying drawings are done by a girl who has an imaginary friend named Lisa, and you won't believe what they reveal. This first one shows her and Lisa, who's unusually tall, dressed in all white, covered in red, and has red eyes. It says, "Today I tried to plant a flower in the yard. I tried to plant it by the sandbox, but Lisa said that's where her daddy is sleeping, so I planted it in a cup of dirt." The next one shows the girl going to school with Lisa, and her teacher, Mrs. Monroe, is getting angry because she can't see Lisa. Then Mrs. Monroe disappears. After school, the girl and Lisa end up going on a long walk. But when they come home, the drawing says, "Daddy got really mad and said Lisa is stupid and fake. Lisa got sad and disappeared." And this is where it all goes wrong. The girl's dad seems to have also disappeared. And we finally find out what's been going on in the last drawing. It says, "Lisa came back yesterday. She said sorry for leaving and I told her my dad won't come home. Lisa said Mrs. Monroe and him are sleeping like her dad. I hope they wake up soon."
Oh, I'm so scared. When you were little, were you this innocent? I was quite mischievous and would scream if someone told me my dad wasn't coming home.
This is the creepy moment this little boy was caught drawing a man hanging from his bedroom ceiling. At first, his father thought that this was just an imaginary friend, but then he realized that there was more going on here.
Elliot, what are you doing? Oh, that's cool. What's that? What's that in the corner?
The man hanging.
Oh, why have you drawn that?
Because the man is hanging up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does he do?
And he annoys me at the night.
Why?
Because he does this.
Oh, really?
But I'm not allowed to tell anybody.
Okay.
This boy, whose name's Elliot, is seen in another video talking to himself, and when his father walks in, he's pointing towards the corner and saying, "Stop it."
Stop it.
Elliot, what are you doing?
I see the man hanging.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
He's crying and I keep saying stop it.
Is he crying?
Now this is when things get creepy. The father decides to put a camera inside Elliot's room, and only 20 minutes after he tries to fall asleep, he catches this.
What the heck? Is this acting? Please tell me that's AI. Oh my god. That entity must definitely be standing in front of the boy. Do you think every child is kind and innocent? No way. Watch this video.
This is a knife. She's 7 years old.
Guys, please look at things in a good light. Don't try to destroy everything. If you want to grow up healthy, not like the next video.
As you can see, the drawing they found in this guy's room was absolutely horrifying. This slideshow covers an extremely disturbing case that just recently happened, first showing an image of a 19-year-old by the name of Sami, then an image of a drawing that authorities found in his bedroom shortly after he committed his crimes and removed himself from the gene pool. For context, this case took place in Turkey involving Sami, the 19-year-old ex-butcher, as well as his girlfriend and another female classmate who he was absolutely obsessed with. He had apparently for quite some time been drawing these extremely disturbing images. His father had discovered them at one point, but nothing was done about it. And these images should have been taken much more seriously because apparently he acted out on these horrible fantasies and took the life of this female classmate and his girlfriend. And then a short time later, after committing these horrible atrocities, he would be spotted on top of the building where he would end it all for himself. As of now, the case is still very fresh, so there's not a whole lot of information, and I'm sure more will be revealed later, but this is the basic breakdown.
Are you good at puzzles and mysteries? I am too. Guess we're both fellow detectives. Huh, dearies. Alright, put your thinking caps on because I have these terrifying drawings made by children, and we're going to try to guess the dark truth behind them.
This drawing was made by a 6-year-old boy. It was found in his room by his older sister Sophie, who was 14 at the time. In the picture shows the family eating at the dinner table. The sister recognized everybody apart from the guy sitting behind her. When asking her brother who the man was, he kept shrugging his shoulders and saying that he wasn't allowed to tell. Because of this, she showed her parents, who explained that he probably had an imaginary friend. When confronted by his parents, the boy kept saying the same thing. He wasn't allowed to tell. One day when Sophie was babysitting her brother, she heard her brother talking to someone in his room. She figured that he was playing with his toys and most likely talking to himself. Sophie noticed there was some candy on the floor, a candy which she knew wasn't in the house before. She asked him where they came from, which he ignored. Sophie showed her parents, and this became a concern. The boy was grounded for not answering their questions, so he wasn't allowed to leave his room. On the same day he was grounded, Sophie was listening into her brother's room in case he started talking, which he did. She ran into his room, opened the door, and saw her brother standing at his open window, talking to a man who looked as if he were about to climb in. Sophie screamed for her parents, and the boy began to cry. She told her parents what she saw, and the police were called. When the police arrived, the boy started telling the story. He said the man would come to his window to give him candy and play with toys. Two things he wouldn't explain was how they met, or how often he came to the house.
Hey guys, besides all the creepy things kids draw, let's try exploring this painting made by an adult. Knowing the truth behind it will give you chills.
These paintings are even more disturbing than they seem. This is The Anguished Man and is considered one of the most haunted paintings in the world, because the artist who painted it mixed his own blood into the paint, then for unknown reasons unalived himself shortly after. The owner of this painting even said he heard screams in the middle of the night coming from this painting. These are multiple paintings by Louis Wayne, but when you put them all together, you can see his slow descent into increasingly worse schizophrenic episodes. This last one includes a terrifying secret message. It just looks like an old man, but when you put a mirror in the middle of it, it shows two different images. The left side is a peaceful man in front of a calm sea. This symbolizes God. But the right side is a man sitting in a coffin in front of a stormy sea. This symbolizes the devil.
Wow, just looking at the painting is scary enough. And it has a terrifying backstory too. The painting reflects the artist's mind, showing how they perceive the world. You might want to research Van Gogh's life and see his self-portraits. They are very interesting. But for now, let's look at some other haunted painting.
3 kids' drawings with disturbing backstories. This was done by a kid who drew his imaginary friend named Tonso. Apparently, Tonso is his family's ancestor who visits them by coming through the mirror. You can even see his creepy smile in his big red eyes. This one definitely gave me chills. This was done by a kid who was asked to draw what happened in his day. He drew himself, his mom, his dad, and their cat. But also this figure with giant spiky teeth, huge empty black eyes, no feet, and a hat. And at the bottom of the drawing it says, "Today I had a fun time with mom and dad and the cat. Even the demon left us alone this time." This next one was done by a boy named Julian when asked to draw his family. He drew his mom, his dad, and himself, but also a figure on the right side with no face, with the words "The Taking Boy," which just makes you wonder, what exactly is this dark figure taking? Follow for more. 3 kids' drawings with disturbing backstories. This was done by an 8-year-old in Finland. and it shows a dark creature with a pitchfork and some words next to it. Now I didn't know what these words meant, so I put them into Google Translate. And this is what it says. He dwells within you, you surrender to him favorably, he is Satan, but it is watchful. But believe it or not, there's more. If you search up the words at the top of the page, Piru, you'll find it's the name of an actual demon in Finnish mythology. This drawing was given to a social worker. The boy who drew it said this is the woman that followed him home. She seems to have huge, dark, empty eye sockets, and we don't know if this was a real stalker or something even scarier. This was done by a boy named Graham when his teacher asked him what he'd be doing when he's 100 years old. He drew a grave and a man coming out of it with the words breaking out of my tomb. Follow if you want to see more.
Guys, I know you are very brave, so remember to watch until the end with me. Who knows, maybe the scary man in your closet isn't even scary when you meet him. Next time you hear a knock from your closet, dearies, I dare you to open it and look inside. Before I go, tell me, did any of the drawings scare you? Or are you just way too brave? Also, if you like to draw me. I'm sure it will be super cute and awesome. Alright, time for me to go. But make sure to like and subscribe with the bell on and come back for another spooky story time session with me.